Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. After many months of waiting, it is finally time for 2026 opening day in the Frontier League. And we start off with the first of a three-game series between the Florence Y'alls and the Evansville Otters. Welcome to historic Bossy Field, the host of this three-game series, as well as the next three-game series we'll have against Washington. Evansville finished 40-56 last season, and they're looking to come back rocking the new jerseys. Look at how stylish they're looking. The blue sleeves, the Evil on the front. Very nice indeed. A lot of returners for Evansville this season, but also a lot of new guys. 15 new guys out of their 25-man roster are all new. And the coaching staff back for another season. But before we talk a little bit more into that, we will head to the public address announcer, Zane Clodfelter, as he does player announcements for Frontier League opening day.
The assistant coach, Harrison Nicola. The assistant coach, Kyle Harbison. And the bullpen catchers, 25, Angela Mahilla. The athletic trainer for Florence is Alan Chase. Non-starters for Florence. 1, Zach Westcott. 7, Chase Hopewell. 8, Isaac Milberg. 10, Aiden McAvoy. 15, Blake Donnan. 20, Yoniker Villalobos. 23, Liam Alpern. 24, Campbell Bradley. 34, Ahmad Barajli. 44, Max Whitesell. 65, Bradley Wilson. 88, Eddie Captain. 71, Zach Beadle. 12, Brett Longquist. And 55, Jackson Tucker. And now the starting lineup on opening night 2026 for the visiting Florence Y'alls. The Hoosier Lottery strikeout batter of the game. In center field, 0, Tyler Shadyfelt. Batting second at first base, 13, Hank Zeisler. Batting third in right field, 3, Brendan Bobo. Batting fourth, designated hitter, 9, Zay Richardson. Batting fifth in left field, 4, Marcus Brodell. Batting sixth at second base, 99, Keenan Taylor. Batting seventh and catching, 2, Sergio Gutierrez. Batting eighth at third base, 5, Garrett Broussard. Batting ninth, the shortstop, 6, Dylan Baker. Warming up, and the visiting bullpen down the left field line. Left-handed pitcher, 17, Evan Webster. Ladies and gentlemen, the Florence Y'alls. And now, let's meet your 2026 Evansville Otters. Led by manager, Andy McCauley. In the home bullpen, down the right field line, pitching coach, Max Peterson. Hitting coach, coach, 41, TJ Zerowitz. First base coach, 25, Billy Easley. Assistant coach, Phil Britton. Team doctor, Dr. Mark Martin. Medical coordinator, Rue Martin. Head clubhouse manager, Ben Garrett. And assistant clubhouse manager, Owen Bullock. Team chaplain, Tyrone Edwards. Non-starters for the Evansville Otters. Number 1, DeWill Almonte. Number 50, Luke Baker. Number 27, Junior Serta. Number 20, David Eckes. Number 21, Andrew Garcia. Number 32, Matt Parenta. Assistant the Otters. The pitching analytics this evening, number 18, Ben Hetsky. Number 34, Garrett Simpson. Number 33, Nolan Thebe. Number 35, Alex Valdez. Number 23, Landon Lilleman. Number 13, Ryan Wiltsey. Number 29, Mark Black. Number 17, J.J. Cruz. Number 9, Shane Philman. Number 24, Tommy Shirley. Number 8, Cohen Wilbanks. And J.D. Encarnacion. And now let's meet the starting lineup on opening night for your Evansville Otters. The Edward Jones leadoff batter. The left fielder, number 3, John Ponder. Batting second, the second baseman, number 12, Amani Jones. Batting third, the first baseman, number 10, Dennis Pierce. Batting fourth and catching, number 28, Logan Brown. Batting fifth, the third baseman, number 2, Marcos Gonzalez. Batting sixth, the center fielder, number 6, Kyle Battle. Batting seventh, the right fielder, number 11, Jordan Byers. Batting eighth, the designated hitter, number 7, Dakota Phillips. Batting ninth, the shortstop, number 19, TJ Salvaggio. Pitching opening night for the Evansville Otters, left-handed pitcher, number 46, Griff Hughes. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2026 Evansville Otters. Tonight's umpires, as assigned by the Frontier League at home plate, Matt Van Houten. At first base, Lucas Nally. And in the rocking chair over at third, Mateus Pascalo. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, would you please rise and remove your caps as we honor America's freedom? Those who now protected and pay tribute to those who made the ultimate sacrifice with the singing of our national anthem, this evening performed by Gina Moore.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular their bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Papa John's is the official sponsor of the Otters pregame and postgame shows, available every game night after each Otters game on the Otters Digital Network and Home Team Network. Almost time for opening day. You missed it on the broadcast, but they set off a lot of red, white, and blue smoke, and it looked pretty cool. Here are our starting lineups. Starting with the visiting Florence Y'alls, it's Tyler Schoenefeld in center field batting first, Hank Zeisler at first batting second, Brendan Bobo in right field batting third, Zade Richardson the DH in the cleanup spot, then Marcus Brodell in left field batting fifth, Keenan Taylor at second base, the former Otter bats sixth, Sergio Gutierrez catching batting seventh, Garrett Broussard bats eighth at third base, and Dylan Baker in the 9 spot at shortstop. On the other side for your Evansville Otters, John Ponder leads it off in left field, Amani Jones playing second, batting second, Dennis Pierce, one of the returners, at first base batting third, as well as Logan Brown doing the catching in the cleanup spot. Marcos Gonzalez at third base batting fifth, and Kyle Battle in center field bats sixth. Jordan Vyers in right field batting seventh. Evansville Otter legend Dakota Phillips batting eighth, doing the designated hitting, and then TJ Salvaggio batting ninth at shortstop for the Otters. Well, it's a beautiful day for some baseball today, isn't it? No clouds in the sky. You know, we got some rain earlier this week. Thought maybe it was going to be another one of them opening days where we weren't going to get a game until, you know, another day in. We had to play a doubleheader, but no, it is a beautiful day outside and a beautiful day to start the Frontier League season. Take a look at the defense for the Otters. Left to right field, it's Ponder, Battle, and Vyers. Gonzalez at third, Salvaggio at short, with Amani Jones at second, Dennis Pierce at first, Logan Brown doing the catching for Griff Hughes, the starter on opening day for the Otters. On the other side, for the Florence Y'alls, left to right, it's Marcus Brodell, Tyler Schoenefeld, and Brendan Bobo. doing right field. Broussard is at third with Dylan Baker at second. Dylan Baker at short. Keenan Taylor at second. Hank Zeisler at first with Sergio Gutierrez doing the catching for the starter on opening day for the Y'alls, Evan Webster. The Otters taking the field in their new jerseys, and everyone's excited here for game 1 of 102. We have an expanded schedule, 6 more games, and it's time to see who will take the crown in 2026. It all starts here. On Thursday, May the 7th, Griff Hughes takes the bump, gets the opening day nod. A returner from last year had a 2.89 ERA in 18 2/3 innings. Got picked up by the Blue Jays, played in the Florida Complex League with the Blue Jays, got sent up to the Single-A Dunedin Blue Jays, but is back here for now his 3rd season, and he's looking to take a big leadership role for the Otters. He's a great clubhouse guy, always has a smile on his face, always cracking jokes with the guys. He's a very good guy if you want some team chemistry in the clubhouse, and I'm sure it was nice to see him come back. Said he really wanted to be back here for this season, loves it here. You know, you don't really love, if you love a place, you come back, and he's been here now. This is his 3rd season, so he just keeps on coming back. These two teams played a couple exhibition matches last week. Griff Hughes did pitch in one of them. Through 3 innings, gave up 3 hits, 3 earned, 1 walk, but struck out 6. So a pretty big amount of strikeouts for him. Did give up the 3-run homer to Zade Richardson, but, you know, those games don't count. This is where it really counts. This is where everybody's watching. Everyone's tense. It's game number 1. You got to get all the jitters out before we start here. 6:38 Central Standard Time here in Evansville. As Tyler Shaney-Felt heads to the dish. First batter of 2026 here for the Otters, and the excitement is radiating here at historic Bosse Field. 111 years old this season and still standing strong. Here we go. First pitch is called strike 1, and we are underway in 2026 at 6:39 p.m. Tyler Shaney-Felt, the leadoff man, standing at only 5'7". He's got some good speed, though. A lot of stolen bases. So that one's outside for ball 1. Shaney-Felt 1 for 3 in each of the exhibition matches last week against the Otters. Florence is wearing their Kentucky red jerseys, as that one's outside, makes it 2-1. Shaney-Felt, one of the returners for Florence, hit .301 last season. Called strike 2. 2-2 here for Hughes. Would be big to get a strikeout here in your first batter faced in 2026. Lefty-lefty matchup. It's Hank Zeisler on deck then. Brendan Bobo, the top 3 for Florence. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Great start for Griff Hughes as he gets Shaney-Felt swinging, and that's out number 1.
Congratulations to sections 9 and 10. Going home with Future Lottery coupons.
That will bring up Zeisler, so 2 straight lefties at the top of the order to start up against Griff Hughes. Now with 1 out in the top of the first. Outside for ball 1. That was a German-American bank strikeout. Good start for Griff Hughes. Has to face off now against Zeisler. Called the team captain on this Y'all squad. And it's 1-1. Zeisler 3-12 last season. Had a great year. Ended up making the All-Frontier League team as well as an All-Star appearance. Went 12 for 45 against Evansville last season. Blooper into left field, and a great catch out in left by John Ponder. Now, John Ponder, very good defensively, also has some speed out there in left field, was playing center in the exhibition games, but he can play anywhere in the outfield, and he just showed that for sure. He makes the diving catch, and quickly 2 are down here in the top of the first.
Together, batting third, in right field, 3, Brendan Bobo.
Another lefty, Brendan Bobo. Now, Bobo played very well in the 2 exhibition games against Evansville pitching. Fouls one off. At Florence on the first, he hit 2 home runs, drove in 5, went 2 for 4. And then the day after here at Bosse Field on the second, went 2 for 3, hit another homer. Off to a good start. Probably a big reason why he's in the 3-hole right now with Zade Richardson, the first righty in the lineup behind him. That one gets away from Logan Brown, and it's 1-1. Bobo also a returner, second season with Florence, hit 295 last year. Did only go 8 for 34, hit 235 against Evansville pitching last season. That is skied into right field. Jordan Vyers is out there fighting the sun, but he makes the catch for out number 3. A 1-2-3 first. You can't really get much better than that if you're Griff Hughes. We're heading to the bottom of the first on the Otters Digital Network.
Otters fans, our first promotion of the season is the Disney Bat Race. We have brother and sister Victoria and Gabe down here on the field with me. They're going to spin around the mat 10 times, run down there, tag our Otter Bell's hand. Whoever wins a sweet treat from Lick's Deli and Ice Cream, Chill Zones, and bragging rights. Gets to pick what they're going to watch on TV tonight. You guys ready? Remember, 10 times, okay? And mark, get set, go! Victoria is your winner. Come on, gang, don't give up. Don't give up. Run, 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 run. This way. Good enough. Let's hear it for our contestants, everybody. Tonight's catcher battery.
Welcome back to the first inning, brought to you by Mesker Park Zoo and Botanical Garden. Visit the Mesker Park Zoo at 1545 Mesker Park Drive in Evansville, Indiana. Evan Patoka here in the booth with you. Here for game 1 of 102 between, well, not 102 games between these two teams, but 102 games in general for both teams. These two teams only face off a few times this season. They do face off next week in Florence starting on Friday the 15th, but then we don't see Florence again until late June. So we see him a lot in the first 2 weeks.
The left fielder, number 3, John Ponder.
Edward Jones, leadoff hitter of the game, is John Ponder. We just saw him make a great defensive play to save a hit in the top of the first inning. Now let's see what he can do with the bat in the bottom half. Good time to mention, too, a lot of these guys playing professional ball for the first time. That includes Ponder as he swings at the first pitch, flies it to deep center field. And fighting the sun, Shaney Felt does make the catch for out number 1.
Batting second, the second baseman, number 12, Amani Jones.
That'll bring up Amani Jones. Amani Jones walking out to Notorious B.I.G. Great pick. Great pick, let me tell you. Amani Jones, switch hitter, coming from Lebanon, Pennsylvania. Switch hitter, so he's batting from the right side against the lefty Evan Webster. He takes ball 1. Webster gets the opening day nod after a 4.22 ERA performance in 98 innings last season with Florence. This is his 3rd year with the Y'alls. Only pitched 1 game against Evansville last season. 5 1/3, 3 earned runs, 4 hits, walked 2, only struck out 1. So gave up a lot of contact. And he gives up a fly ball here to center. A little bit easier for Shaney Felt out there. And that is out number 2. Shaney Felt and Bobo feeling the heat of the sun right in their eyes, as well as Kyle Battle and Jordan Vyers on the side of the Otters. But so far, no mistakes here through, well, not even an inning. So there is a lot more game to decide if somebody's gonna mess up here. First pitch called strike 1 to Dennis Pierce. Webster, Cincinnati native, so doesn't have to drive far to get to Florence, just to, cross the Ohio-Kentucky border. That one just misses at 75 for ball 1. We're looking at a pretty quick first inning here. Another curveball hits the zone. No score here, bottom of the first, 2 outs for Evan Webster, looking to get a 1-2-3 after Griff Hughes got a 1-2-3. Struck out Shaney Felt, then induced 2 flyouts. Webster already has the 2 flyouts here, both of them to center. Now looking to match Griff with the strikeout. 1-2 pitch. Fouled away. That overhead foul ball brought to you by Heads Construction. Choose the best, never regret it. You can hear our PA saying the same thing. Don't regret it. You'll never regret it. It's impossible. Another 1-2, and another foul ball off to the right side. Webster played his collegiate seasons at Louisville, 2020 to 2024, then right after signed with Florence, 4.5 ERA in 36 innings. Was all ACC second team in 2024. There's a fly ball into deep left field. That is way out of here. Dennis Pierce's first at-bat of 2026 leaves the yard, and the Otters have a 1-0 lead early. Well, Dennis Pierce played really well against the Y'alls in the exhibitions, and that does not stop when it comes to the regular season. He hits his first home run of the season, and the Otters strike first. It's 1-0. What a start for Evansville here in game 1. And now it's Logan Brown, who takes outside for ball 1. That ball was exterminated by McMahon Exterminating. Remember, who can help with all your pest control needs? McMahon can. And that one went far. Logan Brown knows the Otters quite well as well. 3rd season here. Assistant coach at Mater Dei High School, who plays here occasionally as well. Hit 284 last season with Evansville. Against Florence, 150. Only at a 3 for 20. Did drive in 3 runs, though. Dennis Pierce, 17 home runs last season. He's on pace for, guess what, 102. And that's probably the only time I'm going to be able to say that. Count evens up against Logan Brown, 2-2. 2 outs, 1-0. Otters lead it. Here's the pitch, and it is grounded foul down the right field line. Pierce 2 for 4 in both those exhibition games. Homered in the first game. In that first exhibition game, the ball was really flying out to right field, and He was able to take advantage, hit it to the opposite field, and it went, I think, over the scoreboard out on Thomas More Stadium as Logan Brown strikes out. And that'll end the first inning. But Dennis Pierce, a frozen rope out into left center field, gives the Otters a 1-0 lead as we head to the second inning on the Otters Media Network.
All right, Otters fans, it's time for some game day trivia. I've got Frankie and his boys over here, and he's going to try to guess the trivia question on the board correctly. Let's take a look at the Heritage video board and see what we got today. What year did the Otters begin playing at Bossy Field? A, 1914, B, 1995, C, 1994, or D, 1984? 1995, let's see. 1995, good job, my man. There's a ball for you. Thanks for playing.
Dream Center Evansville's mission is sharing God's love by walking with kids cradle to career, supporting their families and engaging in neighborhood transformation.
Hey Evansville, if you like the Evansville Otters, wait until you meet the ones at Mr. Part 2. Splashing, playing, and getting cured and ready in Section G. Yeah, come see us 365 days a year from 9 till 4 p.m. at Mr. Part 2.
Top of the second inning here at Bossy Field. 1-0. The Otters have the lead. Second inning brought to you by J.E. Shekel Armor Protection. Founded in 1978, J.E. Shekel is the Tri-State's premier residential, commercial, industrial service, and construction company. It's Zade Richardson leading off, then Marcus Brodell and the former Otter Keenan Taylor hitting third here for the Y'alls. Griff Hughes pitching with a 1-0 lead as he throws inside for ball one. Zade Richardson took Hughes deep. 3-run homer in the second exhibition game on the 2nd of May. That is called strike one. Zade, a very long resident of the Florence Y'alls, his 4th season this year. Re-signed on December 10th of last year. Soft grounder over to third. Marcos Gonzalez will make the throw across the diamond over to Pierce. And that's out number one.
Batting fifth, the left
Marcus
fielder,
Brodell now
Marcus Brodell.
to hit. Brodell, another one of those guys that hasn't played professional ball yet. This is his first pro AB. Played for USF last season as well as the MLB Draft League with the Williamsport Crosscutters. Hit .330 with the Bulls. 18 multi-hit games. Played really well. That swung on and missed for strike one. Only played in one of the two exhibitions, 1 for 2 on the first. Quickly down 0-2 against Hughes. Nice crowd out today for opening day 2026. That one misses just outside, and it is 1-2. Brodell 319 last season, or sorry, 2024 with USF. Been a big part of that team. Played for the Northwoods League in after his freshman year at USF. As that one inside, it looks like it clipped him. So Brodell gets the hit by pitch. He will be the first batter to reach today for Florence.
Batting sixth at second base, 99, Keenan Taylor.
The return of Keenan Taylor. He's back. He was here last season Was one of the 2 All-Stars for the Otters last year. After hitting .299, got exactly 100 hits in 93 games. Wearing the number 99 this season. He wore 12 in spring training. Decides to go with the highest number you can go. Big 99. Against the Y'alls last season, he hit .286, 12 for 42. 5 doubles against Y'alls pitching, which some of them are now his teammates. 0-2 now to Taylor. Griff looking to keep Brodell at first after the hit by pitch. Sergio Gutierrez stands on deck. The number 7 hitter for Florence. 0-2 pitch. Foul tip into the glove of Logan Brown. And it's a second strikeout of the day for Griff Hughes. And it's out number 2 in the top of the second inning.
7th. And catching 2, Sergio Gutierrez.
Sergio Gutierrez now with 2 outs and a runner on first. His first at-bat of the season. Played with Florence in 2024, but last year was in the Atlantic League with the Lexington Legends, as that is called a strike. 1-0 Evansville here in the top of the second inning. Dennis Pierce's home run in the bottom of the first, the difference. Early in game 1 of 102. 0-1. That is cranked foul off to the left side. Quickly 0-2 here. Well, if we take a look at the probables for the next couple games, it'll be Landon Williman on Friday, Ben Petchke on Saturday for Evansville. On the other side for Florence, it's Isaac Milburn and Zach Westcott pitching the next 2 games. Zach Westcott doing the good old player/coach. He's the pitching coach for Florence. I always think it's a really interesting dynamic when you're a player and a coach, especially when you're pitching. Because think about it, right? If you pitch bad, who's talking to you? You just got to talk to yourself. I never really like the player manager stuff that they used to do back in the 40s, the 30s. It just always seemed like a weird concept. Swung on and missed. Ball gets in the dirt. Brown throws over to first. And back-to-back strikeouts for Griff Hughes. Gets him out after the hit by pitch of Brodell. 3 strikeouts on the day for Hughes on 2 scoreless innings. We head to the bottom half of the second here on the Otters Media Network.
It's time to see who gets to upgrade to the Ashley Pritchard Home Store Best Seats in the House. Our lucky winner gets to spend the rest of the game with the best seats in the house. And so I say congratulations to Nolan Simmons. Nolan Simmons, come on down and sit in the best seats in the house. Enjoy the view for the rest of the game. Get your feet kicked up. The best seats in the house also means you have the best view, the Heritage Video Board, and Honor Vision. Follow along with all of our video board action and be sure to visit heritagefederal.org for all of your banking needs. Every time someone travels to Evansville for a game, tournament, or weekend getaway, it supports local jobs. More than 10,000 jobs in Vanderbilt County are tied to tourism. People working behind the scenes to make every visit a great experience. This is the J.E. Shekel Armor Protection second inning, founded in 1978. J.E. Shekel is the Tri-State's premier residential, commercial, industrial service and construction company. Ladies and gentlemen, we have 3 winners for the Bet Like a Local. If I say your ticket number, you're going to get a Valley Bet Sports Bar gift card. The first ticket number is 855588.
Bottom of the second inning. Both of those strikeouts for Griff Hughes were German American Bank strikeouts, just to let you know. Evan Webster back out there for his second inning of work. He'll be facing off against Marcos Gonzalez, Kyle Battle, Jordan Vyers, 3 new guys in the lineup after we got a couple of returners in Dennis Pierce and Logan Brown. back in the bottom of the first inning. After those three, it'll be the returner of all returners for Evansville, Dakota Phillips. Marcos Gonzalez stands in. Spent his 2025 season up the street a little bit in the same state with the Gary South Shore Railcats. So he takes strike one from Webster. Gonzalez from San Cristobal, Dominican Republic. Good amount of guys from the Dominican Republic on this Otters squad. There's a pop-up on the right side. Running after it is Zeisler. See who gets to it. No one gets to it. It falls in between Taylor, Zeisler, and Bobo, and it lands in foul ground. It looked like Zeisler overran it, and then Taylor tried to... It looked like Taylor thought Zeisler had it, and then when he realized Zeisler didn't have it, he tried to make an attempt at it, and Bobo was just kind of there. He was just happy to be there. Either way, after all of that, it's 0-2. Webster kicks and deals. A little outside, and it's 1-2. The Gary South Shore Railcats last season didn't have the best year, finished 38-62. Called strike three, and Marcos Gonzalez goes down looking. Second strikeout of the day for Webster. He got one to end the first inning of Logan Brown. Now gets Gonzalez looking. Of the 5 strikeouts for both of these pitchers, that was the first one that was looking. Kyle Battle steps in for his first at-bat in an Otters uniform. Signed relatively late into the signing window of the Frontier League. Just last month, April the 14th is when he signed, as he takes ball one. Next pitch, fouled away. That overhead foul ball has never been more brought to you by Heads Construction. Choose the best, never regret it. Fastball misses high, and it's 2-1. Battle was with the Lincoln Salt Dogs last season, 216 in 85 games. Was in the Yankees organization for a few seasons. Check swing over to first, and it's a no-go. Our umpires today, behind the dish calling the balls and strikes, is Matt Van Houten at first. You just saw him, Lucas Naley, make the safe signal. At third, it's Matthews Puchalo. That's into left field. It drops in for a base hit. Kyle Battle, his first hit in an Otters uniform, and the second hit of the day for Evansville. Well, Battle had a very good spring training against Florence. Ended up going a combined 4 for 5. Hit a double, drove in a run, walked 3 times as well. All the coaching staff hoping that Kyle Battle does really good here. Need good outfielders. We have a good defensive outfielder in John Ponder, and a good leadoff man as well. Kyle Battle gets the single. Jordan Vyers, his first at bat in a Otters uniform as he takes strike one. Vyers, a 3rd-round pick in the 2021 MLB draft by the Phillies. Didn't go to college. He was drafted out of Rick Reedy High School. He's from the Dallas area, Prosper, Texas. That one's low, and it's 1-1. Battle not too big of a lead off of first. Now moves over a step, getting covered by Zeisler. Fastball misses just outside, and it's 2-1. Still 1-0 here, bottom of the second inning. 1 run, 2 hits for the Otters after the Battle single. Webster looks over to first. There goes Battle. It's in the dirt, and he trips and falls, and he looks like he might be hurt. See what happened with Battle. Midway into running, it looked like he just collapsed and fell. Not sure what happened. Looked like while he was running, he just fell. Trainers are going over to him, trying to check on him, make sure he's okay, but that's definitely the last thing you want, especially first game of the season, to have one of your better guys, at least early in the season, go down. Still not sure what's happening here. There's still trainers attending to him. He hasn't gotten up or anything quite yet. Mark Black has come out, as well as trainers and coaches. Check on Battle. And Battle looks like he's going to need some help getting off the field. Not putting any pressure on that right leg. Now starting to put a little pressure on the right leg. But they're definitely taking things slow here and trying to get him off the field in as little pain as possible as Webster throws some warm-up pitches. Definitely a sight you don't want to see here. They're trying to get him to put some more pressure on that leg. Probably won't get an update until after the game, maybe tomorrow, on what happened with Battle. But just a brutal way to start the season if you're Battle and the entire Otters roster, having one of your guys go down like that. Somebody that you spent all spring training with, you've seen him fight, you've seen him practice, go to the gym, work hard every day, and then that happens to him. It's just not what you want to see if you're a player or a fan. (3-2) to Vyers, and it's fouled off to the left side, out of play. So we'll see who comes in for Battle. We did see Mark Black out there. He can play outfield. Makes me think they might move Ponder to center as Vyers strikes out. And that's out number 3. 3 strikeouts for Webster as we head to the third inning here on the Otters Media Network.
Challenge. David here is competing today in the contest all season
Top of the third inning. Third inning's brought to you by Precision Pest and Wildlife. Every great team brings precision to the field. We bring it to your home and business. Call 812-993-3341 or visit precisionpestwildlife.com. Let's elevate the standard together. Top of the third inning, a bit of a somber last half inning as Kyle Battle went down with an injury. Leading off, though, for Florence is Garrett Broussard, then Dylan Baker, and then back to the top of the lineup in Tyler Schoenefeld. Mark Black is out in left field now with John Ponder in center. So that switch did end up happening on the side of Andy McCauley's squad as that hits the zone, and it's 0-2. Still 1-0 Otters here in the top of the third. Oh-2 is way high, and it's 1-2. Griff Hughes, 6'4", 225, coming out of Knoxville, Tennessee. Carson Newman College he played at, as that one misses. Count evens up at 2-2. Here's a pitch from Griff. It's outside, 0-2 to 3-2. Long at bat here for Broussard. Broussard was with the Windy City Thunderbolts last season. A couple guys that are from different Frontier League teams here as Griff Hughes gets Broussard swinging. And Hughes has now struck out 3 straight batters. He's now got 4 on the day. So, Griff Hughes playing some good ball. Hasn't allowed a hit. Has only allowed 1 runner to reach. That was the hit by pitch from Marcus Brodell. And now it's the bottom of the lineup in Dylan Baker. With Schoenefeld on deck at the top. This is a little high for ball 1. Baker's second season with Florence, 237 last year and only 30 games. There's one that hits the zone for strike 1. Also played last season with Miami of Ohio, was teammates with Ahmad Harajli, who's also a Florence Y'all, just on the pitching staff. Those 2 guys played for the Red Hawks. Fastball misses outside for ball 2. All MAC first team, though, last season for Dylan Baker. ABCA Rawlings All Region second team. And had the most doubles in a season in program history with 25. That's a lot of doubles. Only hit 3, though, with Florence. Played 5 games against Evansville. 2 for 9 in the first series from August 1st to the 3rd, and then a 2-gamer. 26th and 27th, he went 1 for 7 combined as he takes the walk. First walk allowed from Griff Hughes today. Second base runner, and Dylan Baker is now on first with 1 out for the top of the lineup in Tyler Schoenefeld. Schoenefeld was the first victim of the strikeout monster, otherwise known as Griff Hughes, as he takes strike 1. Struck out to lead off the game in the first inning. Baker gets his lead off first, getting covered over there by Dennis Pierce. And he will throw back over to first, but Baker doesn't even have to really slide, gets back there safely. Not too much of a stolen base threat is Baker. Schoenefeld, on the other hand, is definitely a stolen base threat if he gets on. 34 of 35 in Northern Kentucky last season. Also has the single season record in Florence history. 46 stolen bases last season. So the dude's fast, and that's why new manager Toby Hall puts him at the top of the order here in game 1. That one's fouled away, though, and now it's 1-2 against Shaney Felt. Got his contract exercised for this season when everybody else's did on December the 15th of last year. Decided to come back for year number 2. 1-2 pitch. Fly ball into right field. Vyers has a read on it, and he will make the catch for out number 2.
Ticket number for the two-night stay at the DoubleTree with the breakfast and parking. Ticket number 855-339, 855-339.
So 2 outs, runner on first here for Evansville, and it will bring up Hank Zeisler.
Concourse in the Explore Evansville table to claim your prize. First baseman, 13, Hank Zeisler.
Well, Zeisler hit a blooper into left field, and John Ponder, who's now in center, made a great diving catch to rob him of a base hit. 0 for 1 on the day. And he takes strike 1 right down the middle. Zeisler, a lot of Florence Y'all's records. We talked about him a little earlier. He was a all Frontier League selection as well as an all-star. But was also 4th best in on-base percentage in a season at .439, 3rd most in runs scored and RBIs, 78 and 80 respectively, and also walked the 4th most times in Y'all's franchise history, single season. Crank down the right field line. Look out over there in the picnic area. Goes foul. And it's 1-2. You know, there's not too much cover over there. We have the netting here that blocks, well, pretty much over into the picnic area. I guess over on the first base gate. Not too much netting. It's an older stadium, so nothing too much here is modern, but it has some very nice historic charm to it. Griff Hughes throws back to first. Dylan Baker has to dive this time, but he gets back there safely. Still 1-2. 2 outs to Zeisler. Here's the pitch. Called strike 3 on the outside corner. Make that 5 strikeouts for Griff Hughes. That was the first one looking, and that is out number 3. Another scoreless frame for Griffith as we head to the bottom of the 3rd on the Otters Media Network.
Oh no, fans! It sounds like we've a pizza van at Evansville Field tonight. Looks like Evan has himself a Toroni's pizza that needs a new home. It's Sienna and Kaylee's chasing him down. Make some noise if you want this to be your Toroni's pizza. I think he found a fan. Lots of people walking around. Enjoy your pizza and have a good time tonight.
Visitors don't just fill seats, they fuel the experience. In 2025, nearly 2/3 of all entertainment spending in Evansville came from visitors, helping support events, venues, and nights like this with the Otters. This is the precision best in wildlife third inning. Every great teams bring precision to the field.
Well, we had a couple more German-American Bank strikeouts. Griff Hughes just really loves German-American Bank because he just keeps striking guys out. Nothing really else to it.
Together.
Bottom 3 here as the Otters lead it 1-0. Home run by Dennis Pierce. Still the difference here. He got every stitch of that ball back in the first inning, but it is now the 8-9-1 batters going up here in the bottom of the 3rd, starting off with, and if you are a big Otters fan, you know the name, Dakota Phillips. Yep, he's back. He's back for his 6th season with the Otters. and he is very well known here. When he was introduced earlier in pregame, he got a very nice warm welcome back to Bosse Field as he takes strike one against Webster. Dakota Phillips, all-time leader in Otters history in RBIs with 227 and home runs with 54. So anything he does really this season is just going to extend that history that he's making for the Otters. Fouls one off, and it is 0-2. He also could catch up to some other records. He is tied for second with Josh Allen. If you're a Otters fan, you know that name too. Not the Bills dude, but the Otters dude. Tied with him in doubles with 77. So if he hits a double, he'll take second place away from him. He's 19th behind fourth place in walks, fifth in walks overall with 121. Fly ball heading into foul ground, left field, and making the catch is Brodell out near the fencing in left field, and that's out number one. Brodell had just enough room on that one to make the grab, and now it is the 9-hitter TJ Salvaggio. Rocking number 19, Salvaggio is, and making his professional baseball debut. First pitch low for ball one. Still haven't seen a first base hit, RBI, really anything from the guys making their pro debuts. Maybe Salvaggio can change that. He'll take one just low, and it's 2-0. John Ponder on deck, led off the bottom of the first with a fly out to center. Schoenfeld, who had to fight the sun in the first inning, now gets all the shade here in the bottom of the third as Salvaggio swings and misses. Both guys pitching pretty well so far. Just that one mistake pitch to Dennis Pierce. Grounder over to third. Long throw for Broussard, but he makes it there easily. And that is out number two. Back to the top of the order, John Ponder.
The center fielder, number 3, John Ponder.
Salvaggio hustling down the line, but really fast throw over there at third from Broussard. Beats him by a good amount as Ponder takes strike one. Ponder hit .363 last season at Georgia Gwinnett. Georgia Gwinnett, a very good NAIA school. That's into the gap in left center field, and it'll drop in for extra bases. It'll roll all the way to the wall. Ponder gets into second base easily. And the first professional hit for John Ponder is a double here in the third.
The second baseman, number 12, Amani Jones.
Amani Jones now looking to bring a man in here with 2 outs in the bottom of the third. Now John Ponder has some speed. He stole, and this is a real stat, 65 bases last season for Georgia Gwinnett. Went 65 for 75. The dude has speed, and I'm sure he is willing and able to steal third at any point here. He has a decent lead off a second. Here's the first pitch to Amani Jones. It is called a strike. Amani played 2 seasons at Stevenson, then 2 at Millersville before going to the Atlantic League last season. That's into left field. It'll drop in for a base hit. Ponder's getting the round. He will score easily, and Amani Jones, an RBI single. The Otters take a 2-0 lead. Good piece of hitting from Amani Jones. Just gets it over the shortstop. And Ponder was thinking home all the way, and Andy McCauley over at third. Probably the easiest send he'll ever have to do. Brings him in. They didn't even try to throw to home from left field. Brodell just made a business decision there. Wanted to stop Amani from potentially taking second if he threw home. But he's still at first with the RBI single. And the first pitch to Dennis Pierce just misses for ball one. 2-0 lead here for Evansville now in the bottom of the third inning. That one's into left field, and back-to-back singles for Amani Jones and Dennis Pierce. Pierce is 2 for 2, and Brodell got away from him, so both runners will advance another 90. That one ate Brodell up in left field. He's had a lot of plays over to him out there in left field, and Pierce takes second, Jones takes third, and a very big opportunity here for Logan Brown. And we will have a mound visit here, the first one of the day. 3 straight hits for the Otters. Ponder double, Jones single, Pierce single. And then the error out in left field by Brodell has them advancing to second and third. The Otts are in business here, ladies and gentlemen, here in game one. 2 runs, 5 hits. They already got one here in the bottom of the third. Logan Brown. A big opportunity. So the single for Pierce has him at 2 for 2 on the day, a homer and a single. And 2 runners in scoring position now. First pitch to Brown. Curveball, and he gets a piece of it, fouls it back.
An overhead foul ball brought to you by That's Construction. Choose the best. Never regret it.
Overhead foul ball is brought to you by Heads Construction. Choose the best, never regret it. You heard the man, I think. That one misses, and it's 1-1. Logan drove in 33 runs last season. 3 of those were against Florence. That is crushed. Just got out in front of it, though, and it rolls foul to the right side. If that was a fastball, that one was heading to the factory out there in right field. Unfortunately, it was a curveball and was a little early on it. I had to let it travel just a tad. 1-2 pitch, and he gets a piece of that one, fouls it back to the screen. Jones back to third with Pierce back to second. Marcos Gonzalez on deck. Then Mark Black, who's the injury replacement for Kyle Battle after his appeared to be a right leg injury back in the second inning. After that ball, it's 2-2. Webster, a lot of pitches being thrown here in this bottom of the third. He's given up 2 runs. 2-2, and it's past the dive at third by Broussard. 1 run will score, and Pierce gets the stop sign at third. 1 run comes in, Logan Brown an RBI single, and it's 3-0 Otters. That one had a really weird spin on it, and it really gets Broussard. He eats him up over there at third. Pierce looks like he might have gotten the send, but he ends up sticking at third. That's 4 straight hits for Evansville as Gonzalez fouls one off himself. Well, we were really high on this Otters offense, and they're putting a good stretch together. They've scored 2 here in the bottom of the third. Looking to go 1-0. There goes Brown, and won't even get a throw as he takes second base after the strike call for Marcos. It's 0-2. Back to second and third. Mind you, these 4 hits have all come with 2 outs. Dakota Phillips flew out. Tongue twister right there. Salvaggio grounded out. And then a double and 3 straight singles have brought in 2 runs. And it might not be over. 0-2. Gonzalez fouls one off himself again. Really unlucky for Marcos, as he might have a big old bruise there tomorrow. Could all be worth it, though, if he can drive in a run or 2 here. Looks like trainer will come out for Gonzalez. We don't need another injury here today, ladies and gentlemen. It's game 1. Players are dropping like flies already. I'm sure he will be okay. He is just probably in some pain, needs some time to get back into his own ways, as he will stay in the game after a quick conversation with the trainer. Just put some ice on that spot on the leg and he'll be good to go. After that foul ball, though, still 0-2. That is down the line, just foul. Just misses it down the right field line. That would have definitely brought in both runs, but just right of the white line over there at first, and it will remain 0-2. Gonzalez struck out looking in his first at-bat. Now another 0-2 as he swings and misses. And that is strike 3. 4th strikeout of the day for Webster, but a 2 spot put up here in the bottom of the third as the Otters build their lead up. They lead at 3-0 heading to the 4th on the Otters Media Network.
It is now time for the Hickory Pit Stop Pull the Pork Challenge, brought to you by my favorite barbecue joint, Hickory Pit Stop, just right across the street. See, we've got 2 teams. One team is comprised of Eli, Mason, and Caden. The other is Jackson, Connor, and Riker. It's a good old-fashioned tug of war. They're gonna pull the rope. Whichever team wins. I'm not sure. They win something. They definitely get bragging rights. Yeah, we have 3 on each side. Huddy, hustle, hustle. All right. You guys ready? Set. Pull. Oh, this is very even. Eli's team is slightly ahead. Oh, there they go. Oh, timer's almost up. 5 seconds, guys. Oh, man. I distracted him enough. Eli, Mason, Caden are your winners. But I think we're all winners. Give a hand, everybody.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're announcing the winning ticket number for the weekender package from Explore Evansville, a backpack and water bottle, plus a $50 Downtown Evansville gift card. That winning ticket number is 855-531, 855-531. With the Explore Evansville table, if you have that ticket number. Right fielder 3, Brendan Bobo.
First pitch here in the top of the 4th to Brendan Bobo is called strike 1. 5 strikeouts for Griff Hughes as we enter the top of the 4th. 3-0 Otters against the Florence Yalls, looking to win here in game 1 of 102. That one's a little outside, and it's called ball 1. The train is here, and it is going crazy. I fear we must call it Crazy Train. Painting that outside edge, and it is 1-2. Bobo calls his timeout. Bobo flew out to right field over to Vyers in his first at-bat to end the first inning. The 1-2. That is crushed to deep right field, and it is a foul ball. I'm not sure Bobo agreed with that call, but he is not an umpire. So unfortunately, he doesn't really have the last say here. That would have went 107 off the bat there. And he swings and misses for strike 3. 6 Ks for Griff Hughes. A German-American Bank strikeout is out number 1 here to lead off the top of the 4th. Bobo not too happy, especially since he struck out about the foul ball call, but he is now 0 for 2. And that will bring up Zaid Richardson, the cleanup man for the Yalls. Grounded out to third in the second inning, his first at-bat. Now here in the 4th. Swings and misses at strike 1. So Griff struck out 6 in 3 innings in his start in the exhibition against the Yalls on the 2nd. Now he has 6 here in 3 1/3, and now it's already 0-2 against Zaid. Richardson drafted in the 22nd round, pick number 665 of the 2019 MLB draft by the Cardinals. 108 games in their system, hit 177. Oh, 2 misses a little low and in, and it's 1-2. 3-0 Otters lead it. 3 runs on 6 hits, no errors. Florence, no runs, no hits, but 1 error. The one by Brodell in left field. That did eventually end up in a run scoring because it led to Amani Jones moving to third, and he ended up scoring on the Logan Brown RBI single. 2-2 now from Hughes to Richardson. Check swing, no go, almost a sword, but instead it's a full count. Close one over there. Lucas Naley does put up the safe sign, though, over at first, and it's 3-2. Payoff. Gets a piece of it, fouls that one off himself. A little bit softer than the 2 that Marcos Gonzalez fouled off himself. Bit of an unlucky at-bat for Marcos. He ended up striking out to end the inning with runners on 2nd and 3rd. Long at-bat here for Zaid against Griff. Another 3-2. Fouled back to the screen. If that screen wasn't there, that would have went right to me. And I would have been ready, too. My reflexes are that of a cat. If the cat had 3 legs. "3-2 again. Called strike 3. And Zaid does not agree. He flung the bat like it was a walk, but instead it's strikeout number 7 for Griff Hughes. And another German-American bank strikeout, as he now has 7 Ks on the day and a fantastic start for him so far. Through 3 2/3, 7 strikeouts, no hits, no runs, just a walk and the hit by pitch. The only 2 base runners that have reached for Florence. Marcus Brodil was one of the 2 base runners to reach as he fouls one away. He got hit by a pitch, grazed him on the elbow, and he ended up taking first. Didn't advance, though, from there. We don't have any case of a Y'all reaching scoring position today. The 0-1, and another foul off to the left side. Oh, 2 looking to strike out the side. Just outside. And it's 1-2. Now the Frontier League Network, powered by Home Team Network, is the exclusive home of every Frontier League game this season. Head to EvansvilleOtters.com to sign up today and get a front row seat to every Otters game this year. Evan Patoka here with you, as that is a chopper to second and an easy throw to first, and another 1-2-3 inning for Griff Hughes. He's gone 4 scoreless. As we head to the bottom half of the 4th, 3-0 Otters on the Otters Media Network.
It's time to show us your best smiles for the HRI Dental Smile Game. Over 300,000 members trust HRI Dental because it's based right here in the Hoosier state of Indiana. HRI Dental has been ensuring smiles for more than 37 years. Keep smiling with HRI Dental. Also, a round of applause for our volunteers as they help brush off the bases. Look at those pearly white shine. Dream Center Evansville is helping generations thrive, neighborhood by neighborhood. This is the Sheet Metal Workers Local 20 4th inning. For 138 years, sheet metal workers have led the way in sheet metal industries like heating and air, architectural, industrial, and more. Visit smart20evansville.com for more information.
Welcome to the bottom of the 4th here on opening day 2026. Otters lead at 3-0. It'll be Mark Black leading things off, the injury replacement for Kyle Battle.
Number 29, Mark Black.
Went out to left field after the bottom of the 2nd inning, moved John Ponder to center. Kyle Battle hit a single in his first at-bat before the injury that he suffered trying to steal second base. Mark Black takes strike 1. Webster's still out there. He's given up the 3 earned runs, but is quickly in a good pitcher's count 0-2 against Mark Black. Vyers up next, then Dakota Phillips. 6, 7, 8 guys in the lineup. That one misses a little high, and it is 1-2. One-two pitch. Called strike 3 as Mark Black goes down looking. That is 5 strikeouts for Evan Webster. And it's the first out in the bottom of the 4th.
The right fielder, number 11, Jordan Vyers.
That'll bring up Jordan Vyers. Struck out swinging in his first at-bat. He was the third of 5 strikeouts for Webster. Inside on the breaking ball, and it's 1-0. Last season was in the Phillies organization. Was in high A with the Jersey Shore Blue Claws, but hit 138. Ended up going to the American Association, the Cleburne Railroaders. Now here with Evansville, signed on March the 16th. 1-1 outside, called strike 2 on Vyers. Went 1 for 8 in the exhibitions against Florence. One, 2. That one's outside, and it's 2-2. Well, Vyers chose signing with the Phillies after being drafted into the 3rd round over committing to Arkansas for his collegiate career, but his brother, Joshua Vyers, is committed to West Virginia for this next collegiate season. Grounder over to 3rd, and Broussard makes the throw to 1st for out number 2.
Designated hitter, number 7.
All right, now it's Dakota Phillips. Phillips flew out to left field over to Brodell, who just had enough space over near the left field fence to make the catch. That one led off that 3rd inning where the Otters scored 2 runs. Outside, called strike again. I think the lefties at Webster and Hughes know to hit that outside corner. Strike zone is kind of leaning over there. Breaking ball is fouled down the right side, and it's 0-2. Phillips from Nacogdoches, Texas, 30 years old. As mentioned, 6th season with Evansville. Also made some stops. First in the American Association in 2024 with the Fargo Moorhead Redhawks, as that one misses outside. Played in 2020 with the Constellation Energy League. They were really just making leagues out of nothing in 2020. You know, that's what happens when guys want to play baseball, but a pandemic gets in the way. As Phillips swings and misses for strike 3. So 6 strikeouts for Webster. As he throws a 1-2-3 frame for the 2nd time tonight. We head to the 5th inning. Otters still lead it 3-0.
To the field, your Southwest Graphics, Evansville Otterville.
Travel keeps the local economy moving. Visitors spend on average nearly $300 on entertainment when they're in Evansville, supporting everything from concessions and restaurants to attractions across the community. We have another winner from Explore Evansville. It's the road trip. It's a weekend duffel and travel gadget organizer plus a $100 gift card. That winning ticket number is 855-240, 855-240. That is your winning ticket number. Make your way to
Top 5 here. 5th inning brought to you by Buffalo Wild Wings. Bottomless apps are now here. Dine in only. Visit either Evansville locations, 5405 Pearl Drive and 715 North Green River Road for details. First pitch from Hughes to Keenan Taylor is low for ball one. Let's take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard. There's 3 other games going on. The Wild Things are up 2-0 on the Windy City Thunderbolts. The Mississippi Mud Monsters are winning 3-0 against the Gateway Grizzlies. And the Brockton Rocks and the New York Boulders are tied at 3. Their game started a little early, so they're actually in the bottom of the 6th right now. Fouled back off the roof, which means it is a foul ball that is brought to you by Heads Construction. Choose the best, never regret it. Another foul ball. That one hits the screen this time, and it's 1-2. Taylor struck out in the second inning. He's 0 for 1. Was the second of now 7 strikeouts for Griff Hughes. Great performance he's putting on here on opening day. The 1-2 is low. Count evens up at 2 apiece. Well, Keenan Taylor knows a lot of the guys here. He knows Griff pretty well from the time these guys were teammates last season. Now they are playing against each other. Fly ball into left center field, and Ponder will make the catch for out number 1. Feels like the Y'alls have not really been able to make good contact off of Griff, if any. They have struck out 7 times. That'll bring up Sergio Gutierrez. Gutierrez was the 3rd of 7 strikeouts for Hughes. First pitch is a little low and away for ball 1. Gutierrez from Venezuela signed a minor league deal with the D-backs in 2017. Played in 174 games in their organization. Last season with them was in 2023. That one hits the inside edge for strike 1. Gutierrez played 1 game in AAA with the Reno Aces. That was on May 29th, 2022 against the Oklahoma City, now Comets. They were the Dodgers back then. Decided to change their name up a little bit. Gutierrez having a talk with the home plate umpire, Matt Van Houten, after that strike call. One and two here with 1 out. Top of the 5th, 3-0, Otters lead. 1-2. Little high and in. Evens the count up at 2 apiece. Now that game he played with Reno against OKC in 2022. A lot of big leaguers in that game. Dominic Fletcher, Seth Beer, Dominic Canzone, Ryan Nelson, Zach McKinstry, Michael Bush, Jake Lamb, Ryan Noda. A lot of big names. Gonzalez need a strong throw, and Dennis Pierce stays on the bag. Great stretch over there at first by Pierce, is able to get Gutierrez for out number 2.
Third baseman, 5.
That grounder backed Marcos Gonzalez up a lot, and he really had to throw it hard to get him able to do so. Was a little off, but Pierce gets his teammates back, and that's out number 2. Garrett Broussard now with 2 outs in the top of the 5th. First pitch, fastball a little high. Broussard coming from San Juan Capistrano down in Southern California. A little bit south of Anaheim, as he did go around, and it's 1-1. Spent his first 2 Frontier League seasons with Windy City. 316 in his first season. Only 18 game sample size, though, before he hit 186 in 74 games. Fly ball into center field. Ponder has a read on it. He makes the catch. And Griff Hughes is putting on a show here on opening day as we are halfway home. 3-0 Evansville here on the Otters Media Network.
Otters fans, we are halfway through this gem of a game, and it might be hot in here, but we got some shirts for y'all. Explore Evansville. Let the box of shirts.
We are grateful for the community support that has allowed us to engage in neighborhood revitalization across the whole Jacobsville neighborhood.
Bottom of the 5th inning here in Evansville. 3-0 the Otters have the lead. And it is a new pitcher coming in as Evan Webster finishes his day with 4 innings, 6 hits, 3 earned runs, no walks, 6 strikeouts. So definitely some positives to come out of that outing for Webster. Didn't walk anybody, didn't give up too much contact, but it was really that bottom of the 3rd inning, 4 straight hits that got to him, and that's the difference in this one, at least some insurance, as it is still 3-0. We have a pitching change, though. Bradley Wilson is into the game for the Florence Yalls. First pitcher from the right side we've seen today. And he'll face off against the 9-1-2 guys, TJ Salvaggio, John Ponder, Amani Jones. Bradley Wilson, second season with Florence last year, 5.12 ERA and 45 2/3. Rocking the number 65. And he throws a first pitch strike to Salvaggio. Wilson, not too much of a veteran in terms of being in the bullpen. He was a starter for most of his college career. Moved to the bullpen in 2025, last season with Appalachian State. Pitched very well, 4.35 ERA and 68 1/3. Mountaineers team high in appearances with 25. High grounder to first, and Zeisler will tag the bag for out number 1. And we're back at the top.
Leadoff batter, center fielder, number 3, John Ponder.
Back at the top with our Edward Jones leadoff hitter, John Ponder. Ponder 1 for 2 on the day, hit a double in the 3rd, ended up scoring the second Otters run. Wilson throwing 94 on that last pitch. It was a breaking ball, though, just outside, checked over to first on the swing, and it's a no-go. So 1-0 to Ponder. That double was his first hit as a professional. Another one at 94 as it hits the zone for strike 1. Last 2 seasons were spent at Appalachian State for Wilson. First 3 were at East Carolina with the Pirates, the nice purple and yellow. He must have really liked yellow if he was going from East Carolina to App State. One-two pitch. Swung on and missed for strike 3. First strikeout of the day for Wilson as Ponder goes down swinging, and that's out number 2. Well, now we'll get to see both sides of Amani Jones. He was hitting from the right side against Webster, now here from the left against Wilson. Flew out to center in the first inning, then hit an RBI single in the third. Ended up coming around to score on the Logan Brown RBI single. Scored that third run of the day for the Otters. Fouls one back.
That overhead foul ball brought to you by Heads Construction. Choose the best. Never regret it.
Inside at 95. And it's 1-1. Another one outside. Otters have yet to walk. Matter of fact, there's only been one walk this entire game. And that was Dylan Baker, who leads off the top of the 6th. Sorry. Grounder, another one over to first. Busy over there for Zeisler. He'll toss to Wilson, and it's a 1-2-3 inning out of the bullpen for Bradley Wilson. We will head to the top of the 6th inning as the Otters lead it 3-0 on the Otters Media Network.
Otter fans, it's time for the Hoosier Lottery's jackpot toss. Otter staff will release Hoosier Lottery beach balls in the crowd. When the music starts, pass the balls through the crowd. When the music stops, everyone 18 or older holding a ball will win a $30 Hoosier Lottery prize pack. Are you ready? Get set. Go. And stop. Congratulations from the Hoosier Lottery and the Evansville Otters. Otter staff will tell you how to claim your prize. Must be 18 or older to play and win. Please play responsibly. Make sure you stop by your local Hoosier Lottery retailer to pick up your Mega Millions ticket for tonight's drawing. Mega Millions estimated at $80 million. Must be 18 or older to play. Please play responsibly. When people choose Evansville, the impact reaches far beyond their stay. Nearly half of all retail spending in the community comes from visitors, reinforcing how important tourism is to local businesses, neighborhoods, and the energy of our center, of our city. And our final prize from Explore Evansville is the Let's Get Away luggage set, compression cubes, luggage scale, and a $200 gift card. That ticket number is 855563. 855563. That is your winning ticket number. Go to the Explore Evansville table on the outer concourse to claim that final prize from our friends at Explore Evansville here on opening nights.
6th inning brought to you by United Fidelity Bank. United Fidelity Bank, the experience you need and the service you deserve. Since 1914, United Fidelity Bank is older than Bossy Field. Just by a year, but still older.
Shortstop.
It's like Wrigley.
Dylan Baker.
It's older, but just a tad. Just a tad. Dylan Baker leads off the top of the 6th inning for the Yalls. It's Baker, Shaney, Felton, Zeisler. Top 3 here against Griff Hughes, who is putting on a masterclass, might I add. First pitch high for ball 1. So a solid inning out of the bullpen for Bradley Wilson. 1-2-3 inning there. Struck a guy out and Ponder. That one's high and it's 2-0. Baker, as mentioned in the last half inning, is the recipient of the only walk of the day. That was back in the second inning. Didn't end up advancing from first. Cranks that one foul. Look out. Some souvenirs, but you really got to work for them. We do have somebody warming up in the Otters bullpen. And it looks like it is going to be Nolan Thebe. Swung on and missed, and it's 2-2. Baker also one of the two guys in the Y'all's lineup that has not struck out. Him and Marcus Brodell. Coincidentally, also the two guys that have reached base. And that just ended as he strikes out looking. So now Brodell is the last one who has not struck out against Griff. And Griff has 8 strikeouts on the day. It's out number 1 in the 6th.
Back to the top of the order for the Florence Y'alls. Center fielder, 0, Tyler Shaneyfelt.
Back to the top of the order for the Y'alls. Tyler Shaneyfelt, 0-for-2 on the day. Struck out to lead off the game in the first inning, then flew out to Vyers and right in the third. First pitch a little high, and it's 1-0. Shaneyfelt mentioned before has some speed, 34 of 35 with Northern Kentucky, the Norse. Might have to show off his speed here. There's a grounder to second. Throw on to first, though, is in time from Jones to Pierce, and that's out number 2.
First baseman, 13, Hank Zeisler.
That'll bring up Hank Zeisler for his third at-bat. Seems like everything's working for Hughes today. Just has to strike out Brodell, and everyone in the lineup will have a K for the Y'alls. That first pitch misses, though, which is interesting. 8 strikeouts, but nobody in the lineup has struck out twice. Zeisler will take his hitter's timeout. Zeisler, 3 schools he played for. Chapman for 4 seasons. Then UNLV in 2022 and the Mizzou Tigers in 2023. Has been with Florence ever since. That's why he's called the team captain, Captain Hank. Foul tip goes back to the boards, and it's 1-1. .291 at Mizzou in his 5th season. Hit a homer in 4 straight games in February. 22 of them last season for Florence. Fouls another one off, and it's 1-2.
Brought to you by Heads Construction. Choose the best. Never regret it.
Zeisler from Kentfield, California. If you're in San Francisco and you go on the Golden Gate Bridge, it's just north of there. Another one fouled off. Griff Hughes has retired the last 10 batters he has faced. Blooper into right field. Vyers running after it. He makes the catch and make it 11. And Griff Hughes is hyped. He's thrown 6 hitless. As we head to the bottom half of the 6th, 3-0 Otters on the Otters Media Network.
All right, everybody, we got a new game for you tonight. It's the Mesker Park Zoo Zookeeper Scramble. We have 3 animals here, and they are going to waddle over to these animals on the floor, on the ground that escape. Pick them up one at a time, put them in their basket. Whoever gets the most gets a 5-pack of tickets to Mesker Park Zoo and an honorary zookeeper. You guys ready? Set, go!
Bottom 6, Otters lead it 3-0.
Team store, say hello to my good friend Edie. She's back for another season here at Vossy Field. And skip
Bradley Wilson back out there for another inning of work. He'll face off against the 3-4-5 guys, Dennis Pierce, Logan Brown, Marcos Gonzalez. Otters looking to get some insurance. Scored 1 in the first, 3 in the third, but other than that, a bunch of zeros in both score lines. Wilson a 1-2-3 inning in the fifth. Swung on and missed by Pierce. Pierce 2 for 2 today. Hit a homer in the first. That was their run that they scored there in that first inning, and then a single in the third. Pierce continues to torch y'all's pitching this past 2 weeks. Last season against Florence, he actually did do pretty well, though. 333, 12 for 36, 3 doubles, 3 homers, 6 ribbies. Check swing, he definitely went around, and it's 1-2.
United Fidelity Bank, 6th inning. United Fidelity Bank, the experience you need and service you deserve since 1914.
Pierce coming out of Quakertown, Pennsylvania. East Stroudsburg last season before signing with the Otters. Fouled away, and it remains 1-2. Fun fact about Quakertown, Dennis Pierce might be the most popular person from there. You know who's second? Sabrina Carpenter. Outside, and it is 2-2. Another fun fact about Dennis Pierce, listed as 5'9". I don't think that's true. He doesn't seem 5'9". It's what it says, but I don't know. I've also never seen somebody lie about their height being shorter than it usually is. So who am I to judge? Breaking ball just inside and over at first. Zeisler waving his hands up like, why was that not called strike 3? But it was inside, and it's a full count. Wilson, the payoff. Gets past the catcher Gutierrez, and it's high for ball 4. So a leadoff walk for Dennis Pierce.
Sidewalk, cafe, and bar.
And that is indeed a sidewalk cafe and bar. Part of Deerhead Sidewalk Cafe and Bar.
Catcher, number 28, Logan Brown.
First walk of the day for the Otters. That was also the first batter to reach since Logan Brown in his last at-bat, that RBI single. There's a grounder up the middle. Flipped to second for 1, on to first, and it's a double play. 4-6-3 between Taylor Baker and Zeisler. And the walk instantly gets out at second after the double play grounded into by Logan Brown. So now with the bases empty and 2 outs, that'll bring up Marcos Gonzalez. 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Went looking in the second to start the second inning. Struck out swinging in the fourth. And gets a pitch pretty inside that he had to back away from. That makes it 1-0. He's already taken enough damage. He fouled a baseball off himself twice in his last at-bat. Doesn't need to get hit any further, especially by what was a 92-mile-per-hour fastball. Soft grounder to third. Broussard throws across the diamond to first, and it's dropped by Zeisler. So Zeisler over at first couldn't get the handle, and Gonzalez will reach. That will bring up Mark Black. Let's take a look at what happened here. Didn't scoop it. Also did a little 360. That's 2 errors. No runs, no hits. 2 errors for the Alls. They're not having the best day here on opening night. They might call that an E5 on the throw. Really is a 50-50 call, though, as that one's fouled back. Either way, Gonzalez reaching for the first time today. Mark Black struck out in his first at-bat, struck out looking, and he looks at strike 2. Quickly down 0-2 here with 2 outs. Mark Black played with Seton Hill University last season. 252 in 53 games. There's a fly ball into center field, and Shaney Felt will make the catch for out number 3. So we will head to the 7th. Evansville up 3-0 here on the Otters Media Network.
Get ready for one of the most delicious showcases in all of baseball. It's Hot Dog Wally's Food Race. Eyes on the center field gate as we have a hamburger, a hot dog, and an ice cream cone racing to the finish line. Whoever wins means you get half off of whatever that item is for the rest of the game. Food, are you ready? Get set, go! Half-price hot dogs until the rest of the night. Double price ketchup and mustard.
The Otters are back at Bossy Field tomorrow night. It's Country Night. Join us at 5:30 for live music from Lucas Wayne and the Cottonmouths on the Outer Concourse. And country music guiding through all 9 innings. Tickets still available at EvansvilleOtters.com or by calling 812-435-8686. This is the Jacobs Pub 7th inning. Jacobs Pub is proud to support the Evansville Otters in the Jacobsville neighborhood. Be sure to check out First Fridays on North Main, Jacobs Pub at 607 West Main Street.
7th inning brought to you by Jacobs Pub. Jacobs Pub is proud to support the Evansville Otters in the Jacobsville neighborhood. Be sure to check out First Fridays on 607 North Main Street.
The battery is powered by the Answer Auto Repair East.
And it is also time for the Answer Auto Repair East pitching change, pitcher-catcher battery. Nolan Thebe is into the game. How about that start from Griff Hughes? 6 innings, no hits, 1 walk, 8 strikeouts. The dude was absolutely shoving today on opening day. And, you know, you try to get that win on opening day, big momentum builder for the season. And, you know, Andy McCauley making the perfect call, putting him in as the starter on day 1. Now the Otters look to the bullpen and Nolan Thebe to try and continue this. First pitch to Bobo is flied into shallow left field, calling everyone off is Salvaggio, and he'll make the catch. So 1 pitch, 1 out. Good start for Nolan Thebe here in the top of the 7th.
Designated hitter, 9, Xavier Richardson.
Zade Richardson stands up to the plate. Richardson 0 for 2, grounder to third, and a strikeout looking was the 7th of 8 strikeouts for Mr. Griff Hughes. First pitch from Thebe. Hits the outside edge for strike one. Thebe pitched great for Evansville last season. 2.88 ERA and 43 2/3. Had almost 10 strikeouts per 9. 48 Ks to 19 walks. Another one that hits the corner. Thebe painting so far in this at-bat, and Zade Richardson quickly down 0-2. Pitched 4 2/3 innings against Florence last season. Did give up 4 earned runs, 6 hits, but struck out 7. Oh, 2. Got him swinging. First strikeout of the day for Nolan Thebe, and the 9th strikeout for Otters pitching. That's out number 2 in the top of the 7th.
Left fielder for Marcus Brodell.
Marcus Brodell stands up. As mentioned before, the only guy in the lineup that has not struck out in this game is a hit by pitch and a ground out to second base. One of 2 batters to reach in total. Hit by pitch and the walk from Baker. We have not seen a Florence Y'all touch second base on offense yet. First pitch called a strike. Now the 0-1. It's the zone outside again for strike 2. They know where to hit the zone. That outside edge is always getting called so far today. They keep hitting it there. Florence keeps striking out due to those pitches. 0-2. Called strike 3. 2 Ks for Thebe. That's out number 3 in the top of the 7th. I don't want to say it. We're getting kind of close to some history as we head to the 7th inning stretch here at Bosse Field. 3-0 Otters on the Otters Media Network.
You know what time it is? It's time to stand up, stretch, and sing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game." And here to join us by singing, we have our friends from Dream Center, Evansville. Here we go.
Bottom of the 7th inning here at Bosse Field. Everyone's stretched and ready to go for the rest of this one, and it has been all Evansville. 3-0 here in the bottom of the 7th. Still looking to get those insurance runs, but with how the pitching staff has been going, they might only have needed the 1 in the 1st. It's Bradley Wilson still out there for Florence. And Wilson will face off against the bottom 3 in the order, Vyers, Phillips, and Salvaggio.
For the Evansville Otters, the right fielder, number 11, Jordan Vyers.
Vyers has a strikeout and a ground out to third on his resume today. First pitch called a strike. Inside, almost hits him. And it is 1-1. Well, Vyers, first time facing a righty so far this season. Eliminating the exhibition games, of course. takes one high on the fastball. Two one. Called a high, strike two. Count evens up at 2 apiece. Well, Vyers played 2024 with the Clearwater Threshers in single A. His exit velocity 99th percentile during that season. He's got some good power. Barrel percentage at 10.4%, 89th percentile. Does pull the ball a lot, slugging at 362. Now here with the Otters. Called strike three, and Vyers knew it. He goes back to the dugout, and that is out number one on the second strikeout of the day for Bradley Wilson. That'll bring up Dak Phillips. Dakota, though, 0 for 2 so far today, flew out to left field to Brodell and then struck out swinging. Was the last of 6 strikeouts for Webster in his start. Webster, of course, only going the 4 innings, but Wilson has been pitching very well, has yet to give up a hit in his 2 1/3. Phillips, the DH today. A lot of lefties on the squad for the Otters. They had Brown, Vyers, Phillips, Amani Jones, the switch hitter, and then on the bench they have Shane Fillman and J.J. Cruz. Both of them are lefties. They used the righty in the lineup already as the injury replacement for Kyle Battle and Mark Black. That one's fouled back, and it is 1-2 against Phillips. Phillips, game number 308 in an Otters uniform, which is 3rd all time. He needs to play 60 games this season to pass Josh Allen, who's in 2nd place in Otters franchise history. Still 308 games. That is a lot of time spent wearing that Evansville and the Otters, and now his first game wearing the new uniform, the new jersey that says Eville across the front. Some nice blue sleeves. 1-2. Swung on and missed, strike 3, and back-to-back strikeouts for Wilson. And there are 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th. TJ Salvaggio will step up. Walk-up song, Justin Timberlake. Good choice. 0 for 2, though, today. Grounder to 3rd and a grounder to 1st. He was the first guy to face Wilson today, as the first pitch is called a strike. Oh, 1. Big whiff and a miss for Salvaggio. Still looking for his first hit as a pro baseball player. Played for Southeastern Louisiana from 2022 to 2025. Grandfather Kevin Fogg is a member of the Southeastern Louisiana Athletics Hall of Fame, was an inductee back in 2022 after leading the team to the Division II World Series back in 1975. Fouled away, and it remains 1-2 against Salvaggio. Senior season at SLU, 320 average. Got a lot of postseason accolades. Southland Conference first team selection. That one's fouled back to the screen, and it remains at 1-2. Overall, he's third in SLU's program history in home runs. Hit 13 of them his senior year. Played with the State College Spikes. That was the last team he played with in the summer. Breaking ball freezes Salvaggio, and Bradley Wilson strikes out the side. He's got 4 on the day. That one is looking, and we will head to the top of the 8th inning. Nolan Thebe coming back out there as we will head to a break here on the Otters Media Network. Top of the eighth inning here at Bosse Field. 3-0 Otters have the lead. Nolan Thebe back out there for another inning of work. He'll face off against Keenan Taylor to start, and he takes strike 1. Taylor Gutierrez Broussard, as Taylor will already call his batter's timeout after 1 pitch. Steps out of the box, gets himself ready to go. Keenan Taylor, the former Evansville Otter, played here last season. Knows the place well, knows the people here quite well as well. Fouled back to the screen, it's 0-2. Taylor played at 3 colleges in his career. Butler in 2021, transferred to JC at Parkland in 2022. After his junior college season, went to Purdue for 2 seasons. Another one fouled away. So far today, 0 for 2. Taylor struck out in the 2nd inning, flew out to center in the 5th. The 0-2. 0-2 will hit Keenan Taylor, and he will take first base. That is the first batter to reach base for the Alls since the 3rd inning. That Dylan Baker walk in the 3rd inning was the last batter to reach for the Alls until that hit by pitch. And Keenan Taylor reaches first. 3 base runners. Nobody has reached second base for Florence yet today. No hits, 2 errors, no runs for the Alls. Now it's Gutierrez. Fouls one off. And it's 0-1. Gutierrez also struck out in the 2nd inning and grounded out to 3rd in the 5th inning. Taylor leads off. That one's fouled away. And it's 0-2.
Public address announcer here to tell you that overhead foul ball is brought to you by Heads Construction.
Gutierrez played for Venezuela's national team in the 15 U's in 2016. I'm sure he was happy about the World Baseball Classic result. His home country ended up taking home the championship. Oh-2 from Thebe. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Second strikeout for Gutierrez, third strikeout for Thebe, and that's out number 1 in the top of the 8th. 11 strikeouts for Otters pitching between Griff Hughes and Nolan Thebe. And we have a pinch hitter for Florence.
12, Brett Blomquist.
So Brett Blomquist will pinch hit for Garrett Broussard. Florence finally getting to that bench. Blomquist for his first at-bat as a professional. Inside for ball 1. Blomquist spent last season with North Greenville University. Inside, and it's 2-0. Blomquist hit .398 last season at North Greenville. Had a very good season, 82 hits in 55 games. Had multiple double-digit hitting streaks. Just misses outside, and it's 3-0. So Thebe a little wild here in the 8th inning. Did strike out Gutierrez with the hit by pitch of Taylor, and now a 3-0 to Blomquist. That hits the zone, and Blomquist is ready to fling the bat head towards first. Does get the bad news from Matt Van Houten. Nobody has scored since the 3rd inning. The Otters scored 2. 4 straight hits in that 3rd inning against Evan Webster. Swung on and missed, and it's 3-1. That was a little inside for Blomquist. Keenan Taylor, not too much of a stolen base threat. Doesn't have too big of a lead off of first, getting covered over there by Dennis Pierce. And that is ball 4. So for the first time today, 2 runners reach in an inning for Florence, and we have finally seen a Florence Y'all hit second base. First runner in scoring position for the Y'alls. Keenan Taylor's over there. And now it's first and second with 1 out, and we'll have a little mound visit between Logan Brown and Nolan Thebe with Dylan Baker coming up. There's still a 0 where it matters in terms of history. Thebe probably looking to try and get that double play, though. Baker has reached once, did walk in the 3rd inning. Struck out looking in the 6th. Was the last strikeout victim of Griff Hughes. That's popped up. Logan Brown doesn't have a play as it hits the roof and goes back to him. Overhead foul ball brought to you by Heads Construction. Choose the best, never regret it.
Choose the best. Never regret it.
I have yet to regret it. 0-1 after the foul ball from Baker. Taylor on second, Blomquist on first. Both of them received free passes. Good breaking ball, and it's 0-2 now to Baker. Shaney Felt on deck. Almost beat out a routine ground ball to second base in his last at-bat. Oh, 2. Watch your lips. He had a duck there on that one, and it's 1-2. Baker played for College of the Desert in Palm Springs. Hit .324 there. Also in the Independence League with the Casper Horseheads. You know, those leagues always have some cool names for teams. That one's outside, fastball, just misses, and it's 2-2. Baker will take his hitter's timeout. Phoebe looking to avoid loading the bases here. One strike away from getting that second strikeout. Second out here in the top of the 8th. Now stares down the barrel of a 2-2 here with one out. He's going to fire plateward. Grounder foul over to third. Gonzalez will scoop it up there. Count will remain at 2-2. Pretty good crowd here at Bosse Field. Opening day, first of a 3-game series. Feels like we've already seen so much here in game 1. We still got 2 more. We still got 101 more this season. Two. Popped him up, but it'll roll foul right over the top of us. It hit right on top of the press box. Might have been able to hear the thump as well. Both runners taking their leads. Not covered too heavily. Amani Jones nearing second base just in case he wants to throw back, try and get Taylor. He scoots back, though, near the outfield grass. 2-2. Grounder over to third. Gonzalez will tag the bag. Throw on to first. Good scoop from Pearson. They got him. 5-3 DP. The Otters are 3 outs away as we head to the bottom of the 8th on the Otters Media Network.
Otters fans, it's time for the Legend Zip Mascot Edition, brought to you by A-Zip Pizza. There in the right field area over there, we have Archie the Eagle and Chick-fil-A's Little Cow and Big Cow. They'll be racing around the inner infield, the warning track, and whoever wins gets bragging rights. Is the best mascot here tonight besides Evan. On your mark, get set, go! You two Little Cow. Archie is a world-class athlete. Look at that. Not even close. Let's go. High five. Right on. And no quitting these cows. Eat more chicken. Back to you, Zane.
Florence called the bullpen 88. Eddie Captain in to pitch. Captain's on the mound. The air behind the plate. It's powered by the Answer Auto Repair East. Find your better needs. The Answer Auto Repair East. 2019 Oakview Roadie 12475 9000. Our cradle to career model strives to help all Jacobs Low youth reach social, emotional, and economic mobility. And this is the McMahon Exterminating 8th Inning. Remember, who can help with all your pest control needs? McMahon can. Longquist is staying in the game for Florence. He is at third base, batting 8th in the Alls lineup. Top of the order to you with the Edward Jones leadoff batter, the center fielder, number
Bottom 8, John Ponder leads it off against a new pitcher. First pitch from Eddie Cafton is inside. And it looks like it was a foul tip, so it will be called strike one. Ponder 1 for 3. Doubled and scored in the third, otherwise a fly out to center and a strikeout. That hit column looking real lonely for Florence. Pitch clock violation on Cafton, and it's 1-1. He'll get called for the ball. Cafton threw an inning on May the 2nd in the exhibition against the Otters. It was a scoreless frame, gave up a hit, walked a batter. Swung on and missed, and it's 1-2. We're going to have a mound visit between Gutierrez and Cafton. Those two might not have been on the same page, especially considering the pitch clock violation, but both men will head back to their respective positions. 3-0 Otters lead it. No runs, no hits, 2 errors. 3 runs, 6 hits, no errors for the home team here in game number 1, opening night. Popped up foul by Ponder, and it will remain at 1-2. Cafton was with Joliet last season, only played 1 game with them at the end of the season. That was on August the 30th against the Crushers. 4 2/3, 1 earned run, 2 hits, 4 walks and 3 strikeouts against the Crushers. So first time facing Evansville and his first time playing here in 2026. Another one fouled away. Ponder gets a piece of it, and it's still 1-2. There have been 3 no-hitters in Otters history. Only 1 has gone 9 innings, and only 1 has been combined. Foul ball could be playable for Zeisler, but it falls in play, but not in the reach of Zeisler, as it's another foul ball. I wonder if we have ever seen an opening day no-hitter before. Definitely is a rarity. Still got to get those 3 outs in the 9th. Junior Serta is in the bullpen for the Otters. Grounder up the middle, off the leg of Cafton, and that might have stopped it from going into center as the play to first is in time, and Ponder is out number 1. If that hadn't hit Cafton, that definitely would have gone into center field for a base hit. But his leg made sure that that was out number 1, and that will be called a 1-4-3 ground out. And it looks like we'll have a trainer come out and look for some injury on Cafton, but I have a little bit of a stoppage here as Monty Jones will bat next here for Evansville. Bit of a quick meeting at the mound. Seems to be okay. He was walking it off like nothing happened, but I think they might have him throw a couple of warm-up pitches. Maybe, possibly. Toby Hall still talking to the home plate umpire, Matt Van Houten. About what? Not too sure, but either way, back ready to go here. 1 out, bottom of the 8th. First pitch from Cafton is outside for ball one. Jones 1 for 3. Full out to center in the first inning. Hit an RBI single in the third. Grounded out to Zeisler at first in the fifth against Bradley Wilson. Called a strike, and it's 1-1. Cafton played for Mitchell College last season before going to Joliet to play that one game. That one's low, and it's 2-1. Great season at Mitchell for Cafton. That was a 2.33 ERA and 77 and a third. 10.1 strikeouts per 9, 87 strikeouts to 16 walks. So he doesn't walk too many guys. Strikes a lot of guys out, and he's 2-2 here on Amani Jones. That Mitchell team finished 25-18, but they ended up making it to the championship series of the GNAC tournament. Lost, though, to Johnson and Wales, which are located in Rhode Island, and Cafton with another pitch clock violation, which will make it 3-2. So 2 pitch count violations in back-to-back batters. The only 2 pitch count violation or pitch clock violations. I've been saying pitch count violations. I apologize. And that comes back to bite him as he ends up walking Amani Jones. It would be 3-2 right now. So Jones reaches. For all we've really talked about the hit column for Florence, the Otters haven't gotten a hit since the third inning. That Logan Brown RBI single, still the last hit the Otters have so far. But they're leading in the runs column, which is all that matters in the grand scheme of things. Swung on and missed on a good breaking ball against Dennis Pierce. Pierce has reached in all 3 of his at-bats, homered in the first, hit a single in the third, walked in the sixth. A 1 grounder foul down the left line. A lot of foul ground here, so those corner infielders are going to need to have some stamina when the fly balls go over there. We saw that Zeisler try to chase after one, wasn't able to get to it in the at-bat earlier against Ponder. Throw back to first, and Jones is back there safely. With Millersville, Amani Jones 7 for 12 on stolen bases. Swung on and missed, and Pierce strikes out on 3 pitches. First strikeout for Cafton, and that's out number 2 in the 8th. That'll bring up Logan Brown, who has caught all 8 innings of this masterful pitching performance so far. And the cleanup spot, though. 1 for 3, has an RBI. Throw back to first. Jones is back there again. Brown's just ready to go. He didn't even step out of the box or anything. He's just right back there. Outside for ball 1. So Brown struck out in the first, hit that RBI single in the third, and then grounded into a double play in the 6th after the leadoff walk by Pierce. 1-0. That one will get past Gutierrez, and Jones will take second as it looks like it went into the Otters dugout. So either way, Jones would have had second easily. Now runner in scoring position that Logan Brown can try and drive in here with 2 outs. Hasn't gotten a pitch to hit yet so far in this at-bat. 2-0. That is cranked. Deep right field. Logan Brown, some insurance for the Otters. His first of the season puts Evansville up by 5 in the bottom of the 8th.
The third baseman, number 2, Marcos Gonzalez.
It seems as though that might just be the dagger. Logan Brown hit one a mile foul in his last at-bat. This one lets it travel and absolutely crushes it. Strike one on Marcos Gonzalez. What an opening day for Evansville. Everything going exactly to plan here in game one. Swung on and missed, and it's 0-2. Marcos Gonzalez 0 for 3 today, 2 strikeouts in his first 2 at-bats, and reached on an error in the 6th. Didn't end up advancing from there. 0-2. That's into left field. Brodell doesn't really have to move, and that is out number 3. A 2-run shot for Logan Brown makes it 5-0 as we head to the 9th. The Otters are 3 outs away from making some history here on opening day.
It is now time for Jersey Mike's Build a Sub. We have 2 master sub chefs ready to build an artisan BLT. Over here we have Preston. Over there we have Tristan. I think they're brothers. I'm not sure. But you are confirmation. The first one to build the sub. Oh, you're going to spin around 10 times. Build the sub. Deliver it with all the ingredients inside. First one to do so is your winner. You ready over there? You ready over here? Go! All right, Preston's building. Tristan's still spinning. He's got it made. Now he has to deliver it. This is the tricky part. That way. Preston is your winner. Let's hear it for both of these guys. Don't give up.
Thank you for your continued support. We appreciate the investment you have made in Dream Center Evansville by being here this evening. Otters call the bullpen. Junior Serta in the dip. Serta's on the mound. Ground behind the plate. The battery's powered by the Answer Auto Repair East. 23 battery needs of the Answer Auto Repair East. 2319 North River Road or 812-475-9000. Tell them, same for the Otters since you top the order to you for Florence.
It is the top of the 9th inning as the Otters try to make some history on opening day. It is Junior Serta coming in to try and close things out here. We are 3 outs away. But it is the top 3 guys in the Alls lineup. Shaney Feld, Zeisler, Bobo. See if they can get anything going here for Florence. It's strike 1 to Shaney Feld. 0 for 3. Strikeout in the first, fly out in the third to right field, and then a grounder to second in the 6th. First game with the Otters for Serta. Looking like he might come in to try and close things for the Otters for more games than just this one. That one was outside, and it was called a ball. One. There's a blooper into center field. Ponder makes the running catch And there's one down in the 9th. Now it's Zeisler.
13, Hank Zeisler.
Serta was with Kansas City and the Gary South Shore Railcats in the American Association last season. Zeisler 0 for 3, 2 flyouts and a strikeout, was the 5th strikeout of the 8K performance for Griff Hughes. He swings and misses at strike 1. So we take a look at that home run from Brown. Very good insurance. The pitching probably wasn't needed, but it's always good to boost the stats a little bit. Called strike 2. Timeout called by Zeisler. 5-0. 1 out here in the top of the 9th. The 0-2. Fouled away. Serta was in the D-backs organization for a long time. Signed with them in 2020. Couldn't play because of the COVID season. Played there all the way until 2024. Was with Hillsboro in High A. Was with the American Association until this season. Another one fouled away by Zeisler.
An overhead foul ball brought to you by Heads Construction. Choose the best.
Brendan Bobo might be the toughest challenge here for the Otters. He has been very good against them so far this season. Might have been in exhibition games, but still is a big threat here for Florence. 0-2 again. Swung on and missed, strike 3. 2 down in the 9th, and it all comes down to Brendan Bobo.
Right fielder, 3, Brendan Bobo.
1 out away. Serta. It was Griff for 6, Thebe for 2. First pitch to Bobo. Fouled away, strike 1.
An overhead foul ball brought to you by Heads Construction. Choose the best. Never regret it.
Great crowd here at Bossy Field trying to witness something special. 0-1. Outside, just misses. And it's 1-1. Serta has his sign, kicks and deals. Called strike 2. 1 strike separates Serta from some history. Bobo takes his time out, and Bossy Field is going crazy. All eyes pointing to Brendan Bobo. The last chance for the Yalls on opening night. 1-2. Serta. Got him! Strike 3! The Otters have no-hit the Florence Yalls on opening night. Hughes, Thebe, Serta. 4th no-hitter in Evansville history, and it happens on the first night of 2026. Absolute dominance on the bump for the Otters, and a perfect way to start the season. You can't script these things. You can't do it. You can't get any better than this. The Otters win it 5-0. They end with 5 runs on 7 hits. Florence, zeros in both the runs and hits category. You take a look at the final strike. Logan Brown catches a no-hitter. Serta's involved. Griff Hughes, absolute masterclass on the mound. 6 innings of no-hit ball with 8 strikeouts, and you can't script a better opening night for Evansville than what we just saw here on May the 7th, 2026. And guess what? We got 101 more of these. Isn't that crazy? This is game 1. An absolutely insane game and a great performance from the Otters. Absolute 10 out of 10. No notes. Nothing bad to say about the guys. Everybody did what they could. Everybody did everything right, especially on the pitching side. It's just straight shock and awe of what we just witnessed here on opening night. As we start to exit here tonight, May the 7th, 2026, if you tuned in, you just watched a little bit of Frontier League history to start off your 2026 season. For everybody here at historic Bosse Field, my name is Evan Patoka. It has been a pleasure to be here for opening day. We will see you tomorrow for game 2. 101 more of these, man. Let's go.